The city of Greyport seems peaceful, but goblins breed and fester in the mossy halls beneath its streets. Restless spirits haunt these lands, conjured by dark rituals. Bestial orcs pray to forgotten gods. Gibbering ghouls hunt men for their flesh. There's treasure to be found, but at what cost? Goblin raiders travel to the surface to plague the world of men. And gargoyles keep their nests heavily guarded. Dare you step inside?
D&D is morally deficient.
Dungeons and Dragons.
It's spiritually corrupt. It is educationally evil because it teaches evil, and it is potentially dangerous.
Mazes and monsters is far out game.
Now I am making your silver pants blue.
Hey guys, this project starts with simple styrofoam packaging that I found on the side of the road. Don't know what it came with. Could be a marital aid for a very lucky guy or gal. We're going to start by using our very overpriced foam cutter to trim it down to size. It's got a lot of things that stick out, and we're going to chop this thing down to a more workable size. And I'm going to put a grid on this for gridded D&D play, or any, I guess, game that uses a grid. I'm trying to make them an inch, so I'm running this tape measure across the length of the dungeon, and at every inch I'm sticking in a toothpick to mark where I'm going to put my grid. And I'm going to do this on both axes, the X and the Y. And once I've got those marked off, I'm going to start gouging it out with a pen. Now, one of the things that's nice about styrofoam is you can work with it. It's cheap enough that you can rough it up a little. And we're also going to cut doors into it. Now, of course, we're going to want to paint our dungeon. I used a very large brush for this because it is a big project, and I made it green because I own a lot of green paint, including very large jars of green craft paint. I don't have enough brown or gray to do this project. I didn't feel like running out and buying any because the whole point of it is it's very cheap. Found objects, paint we've got laying around the house. That's kind of how we roll here at Miniature Mashup. Of course, I'm starting with a very dark colored green, and using that very wet, I want it to get into the gouges that we've created. Now I'm also making doors for this out of cardboard, and these doors actually open, some better than others. They all open, not all of them stay open. Some of them kind of snap closed, the early ones, but the good ones. And the way I do this is I'm making these doors out of cardboard, and I'm going to use a toothpick to act as sort of an axle. We stick the toothpick in and up, and then we glue the door to it, and then it swings on that axle, and the door stops the toothpick from going out. We're going to hot glue the door to the toothpick. You can certainly go fancier with these doors. I made them very quick and easy out of cardboard, and I just put painted lines on them, and I've got little crossbars. They're very simple, but effective. Now we're also going to make torches. This is DM Scotty's method. I'm just using cotton swabs. I'm going to pull them up a little bit and moisten them, put a little white PVA glue on them, and then paint them up like torches. starting with yellow, working my way out to red, brown on the wood, of course. I stick them just right into the wall. That's the other beautiful thing about styrofoam. I put a little hot glue on the end of them, and I just jam them into the wall, and they stay there. I'm also going to make a little bit of terrain for this dungeon. I want to put some barrels and crates inside. I'm going to make more, but, you know, to get this video out, I only made one set. Now, you see I bought these barrels and crate from Reaper. These barrels and boxes from Reaper, they're not very cheap. They're about the size, even though they're bones, they're about the cost. Figures that are comparable, which is ridiculous because it's just a box and a barrel. So I'm going to make molds of these because I'd like to make a bunch. I mean, I'm not going to pay $5 every time I put 2 barrels on the table, but I will invest it one time to make a mold. The larger barrels and boxes come out fine with Durham's rock hard putty. Maybe not perfect, but this is the first casting. Usually the more you use a silicone mold, I find, the better the castings come out. And of course you can keep doing runs until you get the ones you like and get rid of the ones you don't like anyway. And the smaller box you can do with hot glue. The smaller barrel is kind of worthless. I'm actually not reproducing that one. It just doesn't look like anything. Using that method, you can fill up a dungeon or a little town, whatever. Silicone molds, baby, they're the way to go. There's this one little circular hole here, and I'm going to fill that up with PVA glue and a skeleton. We're going to let that dry, and we're going to paint that up. The Japanese have a word for what's happening to this guy right now. You're going to have to look that up yourself. It's sort of a pit. Blood cauldron thing in the floor. I don't know. Just the circle didn't look great. And that's our finished product, folks. I'm very happy with this little dungeon. You know, it's not something you can use all the time. I'll probably turn this into my DM. We'll probably use it once, and then I'll turn it over to another group. You know, it's maybe one of those things you use once and pass on to a friendly DM or somebody you know. Didn't cost anything. It didn't take a lot to make. And once in a while you want to see your beautiful miniatures in a nice 3D environment. Sometimes you just don't want to see them on drawings or tiles, you know. It's just neat to see these little panoramic displays. Please like or subscribe if you liked my video. Please like and subscribe if you cared for this video. And also, I'll be selling some things on eBay. I'm going to put a link to my eBay channel down at the bottom. I'm going to be selling stuff from the show, plus graphic novels and all kinds of other things. So check it out. Help support the program. You know, I'm going to start some stuff out with very low, and you know, even if you're not interested in the item, if you want to just bid on it, you'll be helping me out. So thanks a lot, guys. I'll be making another video very soon.